Hello, my name is Justin Roxo. I want to talk to you about flexible grouping within the art classroom. Um, Most art students don't really want to do grouping within the classroom because they want to be able to express their own interests and emotions and not a mixed group of these emotions. So, so you can still group even though you're having individual work. For instance, you can group the assignments. Not everybody has to be working on the same assignment throughout the whole class period. And if they are working on the same assignment, you can differentiate amongst what materials are used, how long of a time you get for those materials, how difficult you want to make it for them. Maybe if you're doing printmaking, one person might be doing it black and white, and the other one might be doing a variety of different colors for it, and they have to make a more complex piece. But the issue with grouping is you don't want to have a specific pattern to these groups, otherwise it becomes obvious that certain students are always getting the easier assignment than others, and it causes like a stigma around it, kind of like you would have with a tiered, remedial classes versus basic classes versus advanced classes. It got people used to make fun of the special ed class. So if you make your groups and while keeping in mind that you vary how you're making your group, you can bypass that in a way. And some of the things to kind of look at is you have your skill, right? You have interest and type of learning, right? So you have 3 different types of grouping. The first way, the skill one, is kind of what I was talking about a minute ago, where you would differentiate groups that you're making based on skills so that more advanced students can take it further on a project than entry-level ones who have to really take more time on it and have a simplified version of the same project because they may not be able to go as far with it. They may not have the fine motor skills. They may not have the mental capacity to take it that far. That's something as a teacher you need to know in advance. So you would specifically create these groups in advance for them. You also have something called interest, right? Where that's when you have, like, let's say 3 different projects and they're all with different subjects. Say one was with sports, one was with science, like astronomy, and one of them is with social studies, like World War II. And you have to create your own artwork based on one of those subjects, right? You can, by show of hands, create a group based on which people want to do an assignment on World War II, which one want to do one on sports or whatnot. And the student is the one that gets to choose this group. So that one is a little bit more motivating for them because now they have some choice behind that group making. And they're already motivated in some level because of that choice. Now, something like this, you'd still be able to differentiate. It would be up to the teacher to kind of show, okay, well, if they're doing sports, maybe we should give a variety of materials so that the student can, if they can't draw, maybe they can paint, and maybe they can do some more abstract or other different forms. There's a whole variety of different differentiation that you can do depending on each student, and you have to kind of see their need. Then the last one would be type of intelligence for grouping. This is down to Howard Gardner's type of view of multiple intelligences. Now, some people are more are stronger with their auditory forms of communication. Other people are more stronger with their visual forms of communication, and others are kinesthetic, and there's a whole variety of different types. And this would be allowing the student to express themselves or take in information through these different types that they are more confident in. One thing I might suggest is, let's say you're doing a group project, and maybe you have roles for each person. Let's say there's 3 different roles for a project where they have to present a famous artist. Now, one person might have to write a little 1-page little report or 2 pages citing specific information. That person probably would be the strongest one in their writing aspect. And another person might have to do a speech in front of everybody, so they might be more orally strong with it, and they might have better presentation skills. And a third person might be able to express themselves through physical movement. So let's say they've already given a little paper about the artist, and they've already discussed a little bit about the artist. The third person would be able to, with paint material and with a demonstration, show how the artist would do everything. So when presenting all 3 of these together, they really hit everything where the whole classroom can really understand what is going on, and it also gives a way for each person to choose their best medium of expression, so that it best suits them. What I would suggest is, before making groups, try doing a assessment on the student before the beginning of during the beginning of the year, so that the teacher can understand what needs each student has and what level they are at. So they're starting to do that with the SLOs now, where they do a student learning objective is what it basically is, and they give a pre-assessment test, which is not graded, to find out what the student already knows, how well they know it, and maybe even what they eventually want to know. And this way you know what their motivations are, because you know their interests, how well they're doing things, and what stuff you don't need to cover, because you already know that they know it. So you can kind of structure your lesson plans based around this. That's it. Give me write down any comments if you have any questions. I'd love to help you out. Have a great day.